Hi guys, welcome to ValZenDen. My name is Valerie. Oh my god, so today is going to be an extra special video. As you can see from the title of this video, I am going to be reviewing the new Lacquer Your Nails But Better Part 2, which I have right here. And I'm so sorry that this took me so long to film and edit. I just got really sick and I had no energy for anything. But before we get into the colors and everything, I have such a special announcement and I couldn't wait to tell you guys. So I am officially now a Lacquer affiliate, which means that I have my own code and I have my own link. And just saying that right now, just I cannot believe it. When I got that email telling me to sign up and welcoming me to join the affiliate, I was in shock. Like, I was sick at the time and that completely made me feel better for the rest of the night, I swear. And even now that it's been like a week, I cannot believe it, and I'm just so excited because I know this could have not been possible without you guys. If you guys haven't been interested in my content or watching my Lacquer videos, this probably would have never happened. So thank you guys so much. I will leave my link down below so you guys can click on that, and I will put the code up here somewhere if I didn't already. I just want to thank you 1,000 million times in advance if you do use my code or my link or both. And I'm so excited for future launches and for whatever the future holds. I'm so ready for it, and thank you guys again so much for everything that you have done for me. Before I begin this video though, I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be doing a huge giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this a like, and leave me a comment letting me know what is your favorite color, or if you have a ranking as well. If you guys haven't watched these type of videos, I do nail comparisons with other pre-existing Lacquer shades, and then I show you guys also a swatch video so you can see how many coats it takes more or less to gain that opaqueness of color. And then at the very end, I rank all the colors from my least to my most favorite just for fun. Okay, so besides that super quick announcement, I am gonna be diving into the new Lacquer Your Nails But Better Part 2. Let me just open it up. So this is the card that comes inside. I love the new design. It just looks like a chocolate box or something. And then this is the back. You guys can pause if you want to read it. Okay, so I just opened it up and these are the colors. I don't know which Your Nails But Better set I like the most. I really like this one. So maybe I like the part 2 better. So with these colors, I just start in the order that they come in. So the first one that I have here is called Aurora. I apologize for the swatches. I did a terrible job with Aurora, so please forgive me for that. I swear it applies so much nicer than what I did. This one automatically reminded me of the Sleeping Beauty. If you didn't know, I am obsessed with Disney and Disney World, so that just made me think about Sleeping Beauty Aurora. Okay, so Aurora is described as a light antique cream, and honestly, when I first saw this polish, I automatically thought about Dream Street, because obviously on the pictures it looks super similar, but when you actually swatch them and compare them both, Dream Street is way more— oh my god, wait. Alright, I don't know if I'm swatching or not, but I'm gonna scoot over to show you guys the pictures better. Okay, so if you're seeing the comparisons, you can see how much more yellow Dream Street is, and Aurora is more like a sandy kind of color. Like it says, like cream, antique cream kind of color. If you're trying to go for a lighter like cream color, definitely go with Dream Street, but Aurora is a bit darker and just not as yellow toned as Dream Street. Okay, so for the next two colors, I was kind of on the fence of which one I compare it to first, but I ultimately decided to compare it next to Mila because it is like the first Your Nails But Better Part 1 polish, but you can tell how completely different Mila is from Aurora. Mila is so much darker and like way more sandy than Aurora. They are completely different colors, so don't even think that they're similar at all, and you guys can obviously see on the comparison picture. And at the very end, I just compared it to Paper Snow so you guys can see how non-white it is. I hope those comparisons helped. Alright guys, so the next color from the collection is called Cecilia. I am truly obsessed with that color, and if you guys know me or seen my videos, you know I'm not much of a tan nude kind of girl, but that color just like, I lost it. I'm like, this is such a beautiful nude color. So Cecilia is described as an almond latte nude. That's such an interesting way to put it. Okay, so if you guys are watching the comparisons by now, the first one I compared it to was Matilda. I think Matilda is the number 2 of YNBB 1. You can tell how much more tan Matilda is, and I love both of these colors. But yeah, Matilda is a lot darker and tanner, so don't worry about thinking it's a similar shade. It's really not. So if you want to get both, definitely get both. And then I compared it to Mila again, just because I thought it was similar enough, but obviously super different. Mila is way more creme and way lighter, but I feel like it was a good comparison so you guys can see, you know, like a little reference of both colors. And then at the very end, I compared it to One of Your French Girls, and obviously it's super different because One of Your French Girls has like a bunch of shimmers in it, but I thought it was similar enough, like the undertone a little bit, even though One of Your French Girls is like way more pinky. It's a good color to like keep in mind, but they're super different. Alright guys, so the next color that I have here is called Thea. Okay, so Thea is described as a soft tan suede. I don't really know what a suede is, but this color is so pretty. And out of all the colors I think in this collection, this one is the most similar to my skin tone. This color is literally like half a shade darker than my skin tone. Now that I look back at it, I feel so bad because when I was ranking Emma in one of my videos, I remember saying how I didn't really like it because the color was super similar to my skin tone. But now that I see it compared to Thea, I'm like, this one is way darker than my skin tone. I don't know how I didn't like it because Thea is way closer to my skin tone and I love Thea. It completely took me off guard because I didn't think that one was gonna be one that I really was gonna be inclined to, but I actually really like that shade. It is so much more similar to my skin tone than Emma. That's why I compared them together, the first comparison, because they are similar, but Emma is way darker. Well, not way darker, but it is definitely darker than Thea. So if you're looking for a more darker kind of Thea, definitely go for Emma. So the next one that I compared it to was Lila. Lila is way more of a mauve kind of color, so they're completely different, but they're both equally as beautiful. Lila is even like a little bit pinkier than Thea, so yeah, they're just like completely different colors, but they're kind of like in the same mid-tone kind of category, so that's why I put it right after Emma. And then I know this is weird, but I did compare it to We'll Always Have Paris, just because I feel like We'll Always Have Paris is like a perfect like tan kind of color with a ton of shimmers. So I feel like Thea and We'll Always Have Paris would be such a pretty like mani together because they are kind of like the same undertones, but obviously We'll Always Have Paris is like just like a shimmery polish. Alright, so the next polish that I have here is Nora. Nora is described as a soft, warm-toned sepia, and I know the first thing that everyone was thinking about was Caramelo and how similar they did look, but when you see the comparisons, you will tell the difference for sure. Obviously, Caramelo was the very first one I compared it to, and you can definitely tell how, first of all, how darker it is and how much more yellow Caramelo is. Obviously Nora is more inclined to an actual skin tone color, but they are very similar, like the most similar probably out of any of these shades. But if you're very like specific about differences, you will see how different it is compared to Nora. But let me know what you guys think. I do think they are different, but if you already have Caramelo, I don't feel like you absolutely need Nora, but if you don't have Caramelo and you want something more natural, then definitely get Nora. Alright, so the second color that I compared it to is Michelangelo. This color was kind of hard to compare because it is like the most like exotic-y kind of like skin tone color out of all of them. So I did compare it to Michelangelo, and obviously Michelangelo is like a jelly consistency, but also it's a lot more orangey brown. I literally just picked it up because I thought it looked similar in the bottle, but that's why it's so important to swatch nail polishes if you do buy them. And that's why I make these videos, so I can make your life easier when purchasing polishes. And at the very end, I did compare it to a Temporary Madness, and I know it looks kind of crazy, but I wanted to give you guys a more perspective on it and show you what like a yellow toned mustardy color looks like close to it. Alright, so the next color that I have is Julia. Julia is described as a cognac leather brown. I loved this shade the moment I saw it. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna love that color. It's such a beautiful brown. If you're into these kind of browns, you're definitely gonna love it. So if you're looking at the comparisons, the first one that I did was Cortadito, and I feel kind of bad comparing this because Cortadito doesn't exist anymore, but if you do have it, if you want to swatch it yourself, you can see how similar it is. Obviously, Cortadito is like a shimmery color, so that has nothing to do with Julia. Julia. But if you put the two colors together, you can kind of see like the undertone is kind of there. Obviously Cortadito is like a little bit lighter, but like I said with Thea and We'll Always Have Paris, I feel like these two would look so pretty in a mani because they are very, very close in comparison. So the second color that I compared it to was the Butler, and I know it looks a little weird, but I did want to compare it because in the bottle they have like a similarity to it, but once you see it in your hand, you can tell that they are super, super different. Obviously the Butler is like way more orange than Julia, but I did also want to compare it because the Butler is kind of described as like a leathery kind of color, so I thought that might help a little bit. So then I compared it to Emma, and obviously they're super, super different. Julia is a way darker shade and Emma is like more pinky toned if anything, but I just thought it would be like a good reference to show you Julia close to Emma in case you want to get either or. Alright, and the very last color of this collection is called Isabella. Isabella is described as a rich, warm chocolate brown, and also this color looks so beautiful in their Instagram posts. So I was super excited to try that one out and swatch it for you guys. Okay, so obviously everyone thought about Olivia from YNBB 1, but you guys, they are so different. If you guys see the comparisons, you can tell how much darker Olivia actually is, and Isabella is a lot more red toned and it's also a lot lighter, so they're completely different dark browns, which I love because I do really like Olivia, but Isabella is just like a cool like red toned alternative. And then after Olivia, I compared it to Donatello, and Donatello is obviously like a jelly polish, but I did swatch it dark enough so you guys can see its actual color. And just like Olivia, this one is like a really dark brown. Isabella is obviously more red toned and lighter, so it is like the similar comparisons with Olivia. And then the last color that I compared it to was Aliana, and I am obsessed with Aliana. Such a beautiful brown. Now that I think about it, Aliana is also like a red toned kind of brown, but obviously she is a lot lighter. They are just like not alike at all, so don't even feel weird if you buy Aliana and Isabella. They're so different. These two again would look so pretty in a mani, just like the other shades that I've been talking about. Alright, so after debating for a long time, this is definitely like the cruelest ranking I've had to do, only because I am shocked of how much I liked this collection in general. But like always, there's always gonna be a color or two that I use less than the other ones or that I favor more than the other ones. Alright, so my least favorite color, and I feel like maybe the majority might agree with me, I don't know, but my least favorite is gonna have to be Nora. It makes me sad because it is a very cool kind of like yellowy brown color, but I definitely know that I'm not gonna use it as much as the other colors, but unfortunately she's last place. So the next two that I'm gonna mention are, if you can say, ties, because I love those two so much, but unfortunately my number 5, or I guess they're both 5 or something, I don't know. So it's gonna have to be Isabella. I truly love using dark polishes on my hands, so I kind of felt like this one was gonna be more up high, but after swatching and comparing the other colors, like, no, I really like Isabella though, but the other ones just like blew my mind. But this one is really pretty. So the tie with Isabella is gonna have to go to Aurora. I wanted to put this one up higher, but just like the colors that I thought I was gonna like or not like as much ended up being colors that I definitely put on my top 3, and that is so weird for me, but that's why I wanted to tie this one with Isabella. And it's kind of funny that this is a lighter shade and this is a darker shade, but I honestly I like them both equally. It's such a pretty cream color. Don't be fooled by my placing it in this position. Okay, so this next one is the one that I'm talking about that completely like shocked me when ranking these colors, because I didn't think I would really like this color as much as I did, and it's gonna go to Thea. And it's kind of crazy, that's why I mentioned it with the whole Emma thing, because this one is way more similar to my skin tone than Emma, and it's kind of crazy that it's here. This is literally like half a skin tone away from, I mean, it looks similar with my foundation, but it's literally like half a shade darker than my skin tone, and I just really like how it looks on me. And even if I don't wear it like just plain, I could definitely see me using a glittery topper with it and it would look so beautiful. But yeah, don't sleep on Thea. If you're interested in this one, definitely get it. All right, so the top 2 were a no-brainer for me. Like, I literally called it when I saw it on their Instagram, and I'm like, okay, those 2 are gonna be my favorite, like, for sure. And my second place is gonna go to Julia. I don't know what it is about this color. I just feel like it's such a beautiful chocolate brown, but it's like a tan brown. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but when I swatch it on my hand, I'm like, this is even prettier than I saw on Instagram. So if you are thinking about getting this color, I highly suggest it, along with my number 1 and 2, because I feel like those 3 look so pretty. I'll show you guys at the end, but like, oh, this color is so pretty. Okay, so my number 1 of the whole collection, in my opinion, the prettiest color, is gonna have to be Cecilia. I literally knew it. I knew I was gonna love this color once I saw it, and it's even prettier in person. I just love how it's like not too white but not too dark. It's like the perfect like sandy kind of cream color. Literally beautiful. And you guys know I'm not a nude kind of person, but this one just like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this color. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this is what my top 3 look like. Wouldn't these look so freaking pretty together? I am so obsessed with these 3, and I honestly don't know if I'm holding it backwards for you guys or not. I don't know. Alright guys, that is it for this video. What do you guys think about the YNBB 2? I remember being in one of their lives and they were saying that they're already planning a number 3, so that's kind of crazy. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this collection. I'm still so in shock and excited that I have my own code and link, so thank you so much in advance if you guys do use my link or my code or both. If you do use my code, I would really love to know what polishes you got or what products you got in general. Like, I'm just so nosy when it comes to that. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you on the next one.